This will be Terrell's school eventually. He just tested Wednesday for third dan, and he's well on his way to be a great martial arts instructor and teacher. So I'm helping people at this point. I'm just helping them get what they want. I don't care if I make a dime doing it, but that place wasn't going to do anything but fail.
So that was a money sink at that point, and Ray took over the school effectively?
Ray forced his foot in the door after a while. We were interviewing other masters. One favorite one I had in mind was Ho Jung Myung, who runs Young Martial Arts in Glen Carbon, and he's just the nicest, greatest guy in the world, and he's always, I think, over 200 students at any given time, and they're loyal to him. That to me shows, okay, you're a person of the word. I talked to him about it. He didn't want to take the school for one reason. An associate of his, Master Song, right around the corner, and out of due respect, he didn't want to take the school because Master Song's helped him a lot, and he didn't want to be in direct competition with him. Master Song is the Taekwondo guy in Belleville, Illinois, and at any time that he wants to just smash every other Taekwondo school, and he decides he wants to, he will. And I'm thinking, as of lately, he's deciding he will. So they're on their third martial arts instructor owning that school at Lake Christine Center at 1620 Lebanon Avenue. Ray didn't last long because he kind of forced his way in there.
You said it only lasted 6 months?
Yeah, around 6 months, yeah, that was it. And he virtually really never at any point did he have more than 20 students. And really, they weren't even coming. Half of them that were under contract.
When I did visit, it didn't seem too it was a little unscrupulous there for a little while.
It was, yeah. Half of them are under contract, and they were still paying. They were coming here. They're already coming here.
That's very reminiscent of that question and answer section under his website. As to why do we make contracts?
I don't do contracts.
That's a rough one.
People could show and prove to me that they had paid into that school. Some of them I knew because I had personally seen contracts, or if you want to call them that, with Grandmaster Park. They paid in $1,000, and that was 2 months before Grandmaster Park left. And Ray had stepped in. He's supposed to honor all of the students, of course, in the business. He bought the business as well. They didn't like it. They didn't want to stay there. Some of them didn't even know me that well personally, but they came to me and said, what can we do? I don't want to stay there, but I'm still, good $800 into that place. I said, well, you come here for free then. I'll honor your $800 when that runs out. Then you can pay me if you want to stay. And they all did. So we've been here a year next month. So a year ago, this day, I imagine I was arguing with Ray about something in the office at Chumbo Taekwondo. Because that's what it was. And what it boiled down to is he asked me to leave. He didn't even know the school yet. He was nothing more than a guest as far as I was concerned. He convinced about half the black belts at that time still that he was the guy to help everyone and keep that school going. And at that point, I was ready to bow out gracefully and say, if he's helping these people, that's all that matters to me. I've never made a dime teaching martial arts, so what difference does it make? It's certainly not about, it's not about money at that point. So what happened then, they started to kind of get it for themselves. They're uneasy, just like how you feel in your stomach, right in the pit of your gut, where like this guy's not legit about something he's saying. And they started to kind of, I would say, rebel against him and a lot of his things he wanted to do. First of all, they liked Taekwondo, and he wanted to take that part of the curriculum and completely throw it away. He doesn't particularly like Taekwondo, though he'll tell you he's a 6th degree black belt in it. It's kind of weird.
What was his alternative to the Taekwondo curriculum? Because when I went there, it seemed like Taekwondo was very prevalent. But that was early on in his tenure there. If I'm not mistaken.
And he wanted to, his goal was to completely take out Taekwondo except for the forms and some of the sparring techniques, and everything else needed to go. Because what he was doing was better. He said Jukido, what he created, was better.
Oh, that's right.
And
I totally forgot about
that. Doesn't fall
his
under.
Thing.
Yeah, that's not legit. Doesn't fall under any umbrella organization. It's not recognized by anybody. Of course, anyone can make a martial art. You don't need anybody's permission. You got to keep in mind, even Bruce Lee tried. When he came up with Jeet Kune Do, he was trying, and he was failing miserably. But he also had something that was solid in his teaching, and he wants to be the next Bruce Lee. He also wants to be God himself, or Jesus Christ. He would like to be.
Need healing?
Yeah, if you need healing, SC Ray will lay hands on you. Any problems you have.
It did look like he was palm striking that guy.
He may have. He might have forgot about his aching ankle or something, and now
his face was busted.
Yeah, but what he eventually did, he said, Tim, you just don't come back. I said, what do you mean don't come back? I've been running this place all this time, and You're going to tell me not to? I was a senior student. I was the second highest ranking black belt Grandmaster Park has ever given. The first was his nephew, and that's Johnny, and he's the only other one Grandmaster Park has given a high rank to. So as far as that, I'm concerned, and Grandmaster Park, I was making the decisions there. Of course, the way I look at the black belts is we're a team. I don't have this dictatorial attitude, so let's get together. Let's try to figure it out. And we really were, but Ray was against us talking when he wasn't around. Really against us.
Afraid of plotting, maybe?
And just making decisions without him, and if one person was uneasy about him and they were talking about it, he didn't want that. So he had told me to leave one day, and I said, well, when you're big enough and you're bad enough, you make me leave. And he couldn't, because he's terrified of me, let's be honest. I told him I will be a thorn in your side until the day you own this school. I will be here, and I will let everyone know exactly what I think about you. He couldn't have that. That wasn't going to work. Half the students would already come to me and say, where can we go? Are you going to open a school? I said, no intention to open a school, or help us find one. I sent everyone all over Belleville, Cahokia, Glen Carbon, all kinds of places. And half of those students were gone immediately, and they're still in other schools. And they're happy, because they're in a real Taekwondo curriculum, and that's what they want. You give them what they want, treat them right. He wasn't willing to do that. People that had paid tuition up in advance, he threw in this registration fee all of a sudden. There was $125 a year that wasn't part of the plan with Grandmaster Park, so he said, well, I'm going to charge them anyway, and what if they're like a family of 5? You multiply that and you think $125 a person per year, and I said, what's it for? Is that going toward the United States Taekwondo Union, which now USA Taekwondo? That's your national member association, be part of the World Taekwondo Federation. Some people like Ray will tell you can become a member of World Taekwondo Federation. No, you can't. You have to be part of a national member association, or they call it Member National Association. Well, I asked him if that's what it was going for, because that'd be okay. If you're going to help the students be registered under a national body, governing body, then fine. He said, no, that just goes in my pocket. His words. The $125 goes in his pocket. I said, I really don't like that. I don't want you treating these people that way. Doesn't seem fair. He said it was none of my damn business. Again, we would back and forth, bicker back and forth, and sometimes in front of the other black belts, and that's when I think they started to figure it out. What he did was, when they were faxing, not even anything signed, contracts back and forth between Grandmaster Park and his associates in L.A. and Master Ray. When he pretty much had his hold of the school, he called the police, and then he called me, and he said, get all my stuff out. He went next door to a Chinese restaurant, House of China or something like that. He stayed there. Police didn't even really know what they were there for. They were there because he was afraid of me. So I had to come there and, man, you're not going to call the police. It's your school, right? All you do is ask me to leave. I got my stuff and I left, and of course the students that saw this were not going to stay. Some of these people I've known for 18 years. Some of them known for 3 years, whatever. Do they all like me? Probably not. And who can say that everyone likes me? But they certainly didn't like what they saw. So it didn't take long for one of them to come to me and say, you have to open a school. I don't care if it's at a YMCA or wherever. We called all over. There's a martial arts facility on every block in this town. And every YMCA I've spoken for. One of my students works for the city of Belleville, and he recommended this place, so right away we came in here. First day I expected 5 students, and 25 came. So another thing that was Ray's very angry about. He thinks I made his school fail. No one can make their school fail but themselves.
Person running it.
It just isn't going to happen. If you're a jerk, you're not going to have a good business. You probably don't have good business ethics. That's SC Ray, Steve Ray. And also, he's not real big about telling you what the SC stands for. You ask him. Which tells me he's hiding something. And people not willing, you just kind of, at face value, just jump right in there and say, I'm this person, here's my name, here's what I'm about. Why does he got to use initials? I mean, now we know his name is Stephen Ray. What's his middle name? I'm dying to know. Because then you can really do a search on somebody and find out about
him. Yeah, if you got all the information. I think maybe you are on something about maybe he's not too upfront with maybe his past or something.
No. There are people that are close to him that are willing to talk about him. Maybe not on film, I don't know, I would hope so. But I learned from